Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Swoop podcast. We're your host for tonight, Dante Fantuzzi, and I'm here with my partner,
Josh Sanchez.
and we're ready to hit into some more topics. Recently we just finished our basketball one. Speaking of the Cleveland Cavaliers and our Philadelphia Sixers, and now we're just gonna switch sports a little bit. We're gonna hit our football theme real quick, and obviously it's the best time of the year. Our Eagles are in the NFC divisional. I mean, not no NFC championship game.
What was like
Pardon
the
me.
for the first time since 2008. Like this has been exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like yesterday, I went to you know John from Cabrini. He invited me to go to this like broadcasters pioneers thing, and I met the Phillies announcer, PA announcer for 40 years. I met Merrill Reese's sidekick on the radio that does the Eagles games.
Ike Reese. I mean, Ike. No.
Yeah, I don't know his head on top of my head. And then I also met this one guy that does Philly radio. He's like old, but he like snaps a lot. but but yeah, they were talking about the game yesterday, man. I'm excited. I want to know Dante. Who do you got in this game? Do you think I honestly think the Eagles have a better shot of beating the Vikings than we did against the Saints. I feel more confident in this game. Do
I'm
you
gonna.
feel more confident or do you feel less confident
I'm gonna
about
be
it?
honest with you. Um, since the beginning of the playoffs, since we've had our bye week, leading into the playoffs, when the playoff seedings were already set, we're going into the playoffs. I've said this, and I'm gonna continue to keep saying it. The Saints did not really play a playoff caliber team all year. And when they did, they lost. Okay? This Saints defense, they have promising rookies. But when the competition got going and the competition got tough, they were not
Like you can tell they're
they
rookies.
yes, you were able to see the good the ugly from the bad. I mean the ugly from the you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah. All you got to
And
do is pull up the last play of the game. That was a rookie. He made a rookie mistake.
rookie mistake. And another thing that I've said, there was no team besides the Carolina Panthers that could have came to Philadelphia in this cold weather and our field conditions with that home crowd to come to Philly and beat us. There was no team that was going to do that. And let me tell you why. The Panthers, I couldn't even see the Panthers, but I believe the Panthers had the best chance to come to Philly and beat us. We had the Rams in the playoffs. They play out west. And out west, it's warm all year round. You had the Falcons, Saints, Vikings. They all play in the dome on turf. They can't come to this cold weather and beat us on grass. See, people don't think that weather conditions don't play a big role, but it does. There's a big difference between when you're playing in in room temperature and playing at 40 degrees outside on grass. There's a big difference. And not too many people believe in that. Well, guess what? It showed against the Falcons. It showed.
Yes, it
And,
did.
speaking up to that Falcons game, I'm trying to tell people. I'm going to go a little bit off topic here. I'm going to just
Yeah,
go
that's
back
fine. Yeah,
to a couple of things that
I'm
I
all
stated.
ears. I'm all ears.
Go to the play by play when the Rams played the Falcons. The Falcons only had one scoring drive when they went down the field. It was only once. Every other time they scored was off a turnover. And I said this, if the Eagles go turnover free through the whole game, that team will not put up points. That team cannot drive the field. These are not the same Atlanta Falcons we saw last season when they put up 33 points a game. It's not the same team. And when you look at the play by play, they scored on two possessions. And those 2 possessions came off of what, Josh?
Turnovers.
Not the first play of the game, but the second play of the game.
Yeah, I know.
Jay fumbled.
Yep.
What happened? They went down and got a field goal on limited field. That one to possession, they got the touchdown. What happened? We muffed the punt. What happened? They went down and got a touchdown, 18 yards out. Ever since then, we did not turn the ball over. And what happened? They did not drive the field into that very last possession, that very last series. And if you want to get technical, we were playing conservative defense that series.
Yep.
So
I completely agree. Our defense just plays different at home. And that's one thing I really like about this team under Doug Peterson. I've been an Eagles fan. We've been Eagles fans all of our lives, and there's just something different about this team. I just feel confident when we play at home. Ever since Doug Peterson has been the coach and Carson Wentz has been the quarterback, I feel confident every home game that we have. With Chip Kelly, I was not confident. I felt like teams can come into Philly, we'll just boo and scream all we want, but our team wouldn't really back it up. And same thing with Andy Reid, because the Eagles were always known for blowing NFC title games at home. But there's just something different about this team now. There's something, because I see it in the regular seasons. Teams just come in here, and our defense just dominates from start to finish.
they do.
And I have not seen a team come into Philly and just destroy our defense. I see it the other way around. I see our defense just always striking first and punching opposing teams in the mouth first. And then, the only team I saw that really dominated our defense at home was the Giants, and it took them 3 quarters for that to happen. And that was week 3 of the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how I feel. I like that Doug Peterson and our team is like that at home. Because we have home field advantage, and I feel like that's going to be the advantage in this game. I think the Eagles will go on to the Super Bowl. I really think, I'm not saying it just because I'm an Eagles fan. I just think that we're playing at home. We're going to have that eruption crowd. Our crowd is going to be so fired up. Our defense is going to be fired up. I think it's going to be another 15-10 game like Atlanta, but I think we'll prevail at the end. But I want to know who's your X factor in this one. That's one I've always been thinking about. It's a question I've been having to ask you. Who do you think's the X factor for the Eagles game?
Against the Vikings?
Yeah, against the Vikings.
I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to go X Factor. I'm going to go X Factors.
Okay.
I'm going to go J.J. and LeGarrette Blount. This team that, we faced Minnesota last season. And the way we beat them was through the ground. And we have a complete different running back group now. A completely different. Last season we had Sproles with Matthews. This season we have Ajayi, Blunt, and Clement. So that 3-back rotation, I believe, will be the X factors of us winning this game. We have to hit the ground running, and running hard. And recently, LeGarrette Blount hasn't really, played the way we've seen him play early in the season. And, right now, as an Eagle fan, I'm a bit concerned with J.J. He has to hold on to the ball. He really does. And if Lord knows how many times he's fumbled the ball since he's come to Philly.
Because with the Vikings, this Vikings defense is very scrappy. They have us and the Vikings have, I believe, top 2, top 3 rush defense in the NFL. I think we're second and they're third or something like that.
No, they're 1, we're 2.
Oh, they're 1 and we're 2. So
Yes.
It's the top 2 running defenses in the NFL.
Yes.
So this game is going to be physical, just like how we play defense. The Vikings play hard. They make you earn every yard, and that's one thing I like about our team. And I think we took big steps, and I grew more confidence in our game against the Vikings. The way I saw Case Keenum in the second half, I think if you pressure him up the middle, he has a tendency to go to his left and right and throw it off of his back foot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I have my X factors, and this one is going to be Fletcher Cox, Jernigan, whatever defensive lineman rotates in the middle of the defense. That's my X factor in this one, because I think if they can pressure him up the middle and make him throw it off his back foot, I think our corners are going to have a field day and pick off Keenum multiple times in this game.
Now, I got to be honest with you. I'm looking through their schedule right now, and one thing that is catching my eye, three of their last 5 road games weren't pretty for them. One of their very last road game, I wouldn't even consider. They beat the Packers 16-0. But that's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers was not there.
I don't really care about that. But their second to last road game, they played the Panthers, and they let up 31 points against the Panthers. They played the Falcons. They beat the Falcons 14-9. Whatever. They played the Lions on the road. They gave up 23 points to the Lions. And before that, they played the Redskins on the road. They've let up 30 points on the road to the Redskins. So, what is that telling me? What a coincidence. They're on the road in a big-time game like this. Look at the stats. Their defense isn't as good as they are home. It's not. We're so worried about their defense, but the statistics show they're not as good as they are home. And I'm going to go back to what I said when we first started the podcast. This is a playoff game. Case Keenum has never been here before. And every big game he's had, he's been home. He's yet to play a front seven like ours. And if you ask me, we have the best defense heading into the playoffs. We have besides the Jaguars, we have the hottest defense in the NFC. Because we all know the Jaguars' defense, to me, is a great defense.
What if it's a Jaguars-Eagles Super Bowl? Who would have thought?
I mean, and you know what's crazy? These two teams, the Eagles and the Jaguars last year, had almost zero chance at making the playoffs. But anyway, that's
we got a little
something different.
Now, do you want to talk about the AFC title game, or do you want to talk about like Le'Veon Bell and his case with the Steelers? Because the Steelers, they lost a tough. That was probably their most disappointing loss.
You know, since we're talking about the Steelers, we might as well go. I want to get on these guys. That what they showed was complete disregard of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, you're supposed to go one game at a time. They completely disarrayed the Jaguars leading into the game. It's like they weren't even preparing for the Jaguars. They were preparing to play the Patriots the following week. But look, they got slapped in the face pretty hard. And mind you, I don't know why you wouldn't prepare for this team, knowing, and pardon my language, they kicked your ass the beginning of the season. Ben Roethlisberger had 4 picks.
Yeah, no, he had 5.
Five
picks.
picks. What do you think was going to change? They completely whipped your motherfucking ass that week. Sorry for my language.
It's
but
the truth.
They did.
And they were kicking their butt in the first half. It was 28-14.
And you just completely utter this team as if they're non-existent, irrelevant to the league. You have to be kidding me. You have to. I'm sorry. You just have to be kidding me. It's ridiculous. Josh, what about you, Josh?
With the whole Steelers, I think that loss to the Jaguars was their most disappointing loss in their franchise. I blame this one on the coaching staff too. I also blame it on the players. Well, not the offensive players. I blame it on the defense. Because safety, the Mitchell, I think his last name's Mitchell, was talking about playing the Patriots and stuff. He completely did not show up at all against the Jaguars. And he totally outlooked, like, I understand your defense doesn't have Ryan Shazier, but I'm watching this game, I'm like, I hope the Jaguars win this game. Because I think if they play New England in the conference, and in the title game. I'm so used to basketball. If they play New England in the title game, AFC title game, I think New England would have just blew them out like they did last year. It would have been like 33-7. It would have been a boring game, and I'm happy that the Jaguars in it because I know the Jaguars will give it their 100%, and their defense will show up and stop Brady a couple times in the game. But in terms of what their offense can do, that's just what I'm worried about because you know with Belichick, they're going to take away their best option. So they're going to completely, you know with Belichick, with the Patriots, they're going to take Fournette out of the game. They're going to make Bortles beat them with his arm. That's what they're going to try and do. And it should be interesting to see how that game goes. But back to the topic with the Steelers. Steelers played with no heart. They completely looked over their opponent, and they got what they deserved. They lost. They got lucky at the end of the first half. The score should have been 28-7. And all of their touchdowns in the game were on tough contested game catches, my fault. Bell played good. Brown played good. Roethlisberger played good. I'm not putting the loss on them. I'm putting the loss on that defense and the coaching staff for not being prepared. And now they're in the offseason, and hopefully they pay Bell, because if they don't pay Le'Veon Bell, if I'm him, I'm looking to go elsewhere. Screw the Steelers. If you're gonna get franchise tagged again, it's ridiculous. He's one of the best running backs in the NFL. Pay this man his money. He deserves it. But
if not the best running back in the NFL.
Yeah, there's a case for the best running back in the NFL.
Of course. And the thing that blows my mind is I'm not putting this game on nobody but the coaching staff. Twice, you have a 4th and short, and you can't convert because of horrible play calling. Those 2 plays were horrible play calling. Okay, fine. You score the ball, you get a touchdown.
You have all the momentum in the game.
It's 42-35. You're still down with 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter with timeouts to spare. It's not even a 2-minute warning yet, and you do an onside kick. And really, guys?
It's pathetic.
Really, Tomlin?
They deserve to lose that game. And I know there's Steelers fans watching it, but if I was a Steelers fan right now, I would feel disgusted with this team. I would honestly see them hit the reset button and try it again, because you're not going to beat the Patriots like that. With what you got, you have 3 talented players that are superstar players. But what do you got on the defensive end? You have a guy. I understand with Ryan Shazier, that defense was different, but
totally different.
It was totally different. But you have a bunch of guys on the defensive side of the ball that think that they're something when they're actually nothing. Your secondary is inconsistent. With Shazier, you have Shazier and Watt. You have something there, but I would hit that reset button on that secondary or something. I'm not a fan of people talking smack and overlooking opponents and then not backing it up in game time. It looks bad. That's why I've had problems with the Wizards in the past. Like, they were talking smack about the Celtics and they couldn't back it up. So I just have problems. I have problems with people that talk smack and don't back it up. At least Jalen Ramsey backs it up when he says it. He is turning into one of the best corners in the game, and he is an exciting player to watch.
Yes.
And I just think if the Jaguars had Watson at quarterback, that could have been because I have a couple Jaguars friends, and they tell me they're like, man, I wanted Watson, but Fournette is a superstar player. He just got to stay healthy.
Oh, of course. I like that kid. I like him a lot.
But trying to see here. What else do you want to talk about with the NFL?
Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Let's continue pulling up these topics here. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. We have one. Are you, as an Eagles fan, willing to accept the underdog role?
I love it. When I saw Lane Johnson come out in that underdog match, that was so funny. I'm watching this on live TV. He literally, the game just over. He walks right out, walks back in with a German Shepherd mask, and he answers the interview. I love it. I love the identity. I love what him and Chris Long did. And didn't they sell out of dog masks online? They're completely sold out. The whole crowd's going to be wearing dog masks.
I want to do it too. I'm actually thinking about going to get me a dog mask and just wear it for the game.
I love it. I love the underdog role because it just shows the amount of disrespect. Like, we were the first ever number one seed, to be an underdog in the playoff game. And I think that is ridiculous. Like, there's a reason why we're the number one seed, and there's a reason why we got home field advantage, and there's a reason why we're 7-1 at home. And if we would have had our starters, we would have been 8-0 at home.
Yeah. And
There's something special about this team at home. I love how we play at home.
And you know what, Josh? Are you a believer of history repeats itself?
Yes, I am. I'm
You
a
know,
huge believer in history repeats itself.
When we went to the Super Bowl with Donovan McNabb, the two teams we beat to get to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
We're the Falcons and the
Vikings. Yes.
So we just beat the Falcons. Now I'm promising a win over the Vikings.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna go to the Super Bowl this year. I really do. Now, if we play the Patriots, I'm gonna be angry the whole game. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be angry the whole game because I can't stand Brady and them. I already can't stand them enough, and the fact that they're gonna play against our favorite team. I just hope we beat them if we do play them in the Super Bowl. But I'm taking it week by week. This Vikings team is still good and solid, and if they get a home field Super Bowl, that's not fair at all. That is so unfair.
That's never been done before, neither.
I know it's never been done
before, at all. But I mean, I'm going through the pardon me, I'm going through the Patriots schedule too, and this team again has yet to face a front seven like ours. And if you ask me,
yeah, I know
the Eagles have the most dominant front seven in the league. The fact, let's just throw out some names out there, starting with Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. Vinny Curry has done such an excellent job this year, and I'm gonna point out when Benny Logan left us, and I spoke upon Vinny Curry, and you totally disregarded him, and had no faith in him. Now look. I'm not gonna say he's played as a Pro Bowl this year.
He's a good solid
player.
player.
He stepped up when needed to this year, and the fact that our rotation as well has played so well with Bo Allen, Chris Long, and Derek Barnett, our front seven, and even our linebackers. I'm so surprised Michael Kendricks has played so well this season under this Jim Schwartz defense. When last season we were considering trading him all the way to the offseason, even to the beginning of the season, we've all had this thought that we were going to trade Michael Kendricks. Now look, he's been an excellent, solid player this year for our defense, and look where we are. That's all I got to say is look where we are.
Look where we are, and this is just something special about this team this year, and it just amazes me because I think, man, if we had Wentz, that Falcons game would not even been a game, in my opinion.
No, at all.
If we had Wentz.
But you know what, though? Everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
And
the last time a backup quarterback has won a Super Bowl, wasn't it the New York Giants against the Bills?
I don't know.
Way back in the 90s.
I'd be lying if I gave you an answer.
Yeah, no, I think it was that game where the Bills missed it wide left or something crazy like that. It's like one of the most famous games of all time. But real quick, my last question about this topic is, if the Eagles go to the Super Bowl, what's the first thing you're doing immediately as soon as the game's over?
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say what I'll do. Because I already know what I'm going to do if we win the Super Bowl. I already have that plan, and I already told you what I'm going to do. But
I'll be meeting you there.
As far as us
Xfinity
getting
Live,
to the Super Bowl, I'll dye my hair green.
You'll dye your hair green?
I'll dye my hair green.
Oh, my goodness. If you dye your hair green.
I would dye it green.
All right, just please.
And as well, I might as well tell our fans, if we win the Super Bowl, that week that we get in between for when we win it, the Super Bowl week and then the parade week, that entire week, I've been telling people, I'm going to buy a tent, a little portable heater, taking my pillows and my blankets, some extra clothes, and I'm spending that week down at the Eagle Stadium. So if you want to catch me there, you're more than welcome. If you want to come sleep with me, You're more than welcome. As a matter, I don't even think I'm going to be able to get sleep. I don't think I'm going to choose to sleep.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not going to work.
I'm going to the parade. I'm
That's
missing school. I don't care. I'm missing class.
I don't care.
I will miss class.
No, as a matter of fact, yesterday, as a matter of fact, this was a topic of discussion at the dinner table last night. My dad had bought a can of beer. I don't know what kind of beer it is. And on the front, it says, Dallas sucks as the logo. And I said, if the Eagles make the Super Bowl, I would shotgun that beer. Not knowing what kind of beer is in it, I would shotgun it, though. I would.
Oh, man. I'm not even gonna lie. If the Eagles go to the Super Bowl, I'm jumping up. I'm just running. I'm going to Xfinity Live. I'm going to go to Xfinity Live. I'm going to ask my friends, and we are going to have a big party. There's going to be something going on. Something positive.
I actually want to go to Xfinity Live this Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be wild.
Yeah, especially if we win.
Goodness.
Especially when we win.
Yeah, no, and I'm happy because I only work till 2, so I get to, when I get back at home, Patriots game's right on at 3.
You know what? You
Eagles
can just
right at the, yep.
If you listen, bro, it ain't nothing. Just get in the car and just go.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, Uber.
Uber.
I'll Uber because there ain't gonna be no parking down there. There's not gonna be no parking, so I'll Uber myself there. But I believe this is it for this topic of discussion.
Yep. Again, you can check out Swoop Radio on YouTube at Swoop Podcast. My fault. Swoop Podcast on YouTube at Swoop Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Swoop Podcast _. Same username for Instagram and Twitter. You can hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Show friends, show family. I think me and Dante are going to start doing, I think it's Mixcloud. So it's going to be even more on a listening platform. So check out Swoop Podcast on that one. And this is the start of something special. I know that we haven't been doing stuff lately, but we're going to continue to grind out there. I know if Dante, if you're ever free on Thursdays in the morning, I have a radio show. You can always come in whenever. And but yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. And again, hit that subscribe button. This is the start of something special for Swoop Podcast.
It is.
But this is Josh signing off and Dante signing off.
Swoop.
Swoop.